Most men fail in dating because they believe women will say exactly what they want. They won't. They never will. Women don't operate like men. They don't approach directly. They don't confess feelings outright. And they sure as hell don't chase in a way that looks obvious. Instead, they send signals. They test. They bait. If you fail to recognize these signals, you lose. And here's the painful part. Another man who understands this game will take your place in seconds. How many times have you looked back at a moment and realized she was giving you signs, but you were too slow to act? How many times have you hesitated, overthought, or second-guessed yourself only to find out she moved on to someone else? That ends today. If you've ever been confused about whether a woman was interested in you, this video will change your life forever. Because after this, you will never be blind to her signs again. Before we start, comment below. Women never say it outright. And if you're serious about mastering this knowledge, subscribe right now. The more you support this channel, the more YouTube recommends it, and the more men wake up to the truth. Let's make sure this message reaches every man who needs it. Women never make the first move in the way men expect. They create moments. They leave doors open. They hint at their interest, and they wait. And most men, they miss it completely. A woman will never directly tell you she wants you, but she will set up situations where you could make a move if you just had the eyes to see it. If you don't get this, you will waste years of your life chasing women who don't want you while ignoring the ones who do. Women are not like men. They don't operate on logic and direct statements. They operate on feeling, instinct, and social nuance. A woman will make it easy for the man she wants, but she will never say, "I want you to take me right now." Instead, she will drop coded messages that most men are too blind, too hesitant, or too conditioned to recognize. If you ignore them, she assumes, you're not interested, you're too slow, you're too weak to take the lead. And in all three cases, you lose her. This is why women complain that there are no exciting men left. It's not because good men don't exist. It's because most men are so clueless about how women communicate attraction that they never even make a move. That's why today, I'm exposing the 10 phrases women say when they secretly want you, but will never admit it outright. Number 1, you smell good. When a woman says you smell good, she isn't just complimenting your cologne. She is mentally connecting you to intimacy, closeness, and attraction on a primal level. Scent is one of the strongest subconscious triggers for human attraction, and women are wired to respond to it. Unlike men, who are visually driven, women associate scent with emotions, memories, and desire. Most men don't even realize this, but when a woman notices your scent, it means she has already paid close attention to you. Women don't just randomly notice how a man smells. If she comments on it, it means she is aware of your presence in a deeper way. She is comfortable enough to bring it up. If she felt nothing for you, she wouldn't mention it. She would ignore it. The fact that she speaks up is a sign of interest. She is subconsciously imagining what it would feel like to be close to you. Women don't just notice any man's scent. She is only aware of a man's smell if she has already started to feel attraction. This is why high-status men, athletes, and successful guys always smell good. They understand that the right scent doesn't just make you stand out, it leaves an impression. Here's the brutal truth. If she has never once said, "You smell good," it's because you are not in her sphere of attraction. She doesn't associate you with intimacy. So the next time a woman compliments your scent, understand exactly what's happening. She has already started thinking about being close to you. Number 2. Your trouble. A woman will never call a boring man trouble. She will never call a guy she feels nothing for trouble. When a woman says, "Your trouble," She isn't pushing you away. She's signaling that she wants to be pulled in. She is feeling something she can't fully control. She is feeling a mix of excitement, attraction, and nervousness, and she loves it. This is how women test for a man's presence, confidence, and ability to lead. Most men screw this up because they get confused and back off. They think, oh, maybe she's not into me. Wrong. If she wasn't interested, she would be polite, neutral, and uninterested. She would not engage in playful resistance. This phrase is not rejection. It's an invitation for you to show that you understand the game. She is basically telling you, you make me feel something different. I want more, but I need to see if you're the kind of man who will lead. If you hesitate, you lose. If you act weak or unsure, you lose. If you act like a man who knows exactly what's happening, you win. Women want a man who makes them feel a range of emotions. If you are just a nice guy with no edge, no unpredictability, no confidence, she feels nothing. But if you make her laugh, tease her, make her feel something unexpected, that's when you start to own the frame. So when a woman says, "You're trouble," don't take it as hesitation. Take it as a green light. Number 3, I don't usually do this, but. This is one of the most important and misunderstood phrases women say. When a woman says, "I don't usually do this, but," she isn't actually debating her decision. She has already decided. She just needs to justify it to herself. Women are socially conditioned to appear selective. They don't want to be seen as too easy, too available, or too quick to give in. Society has trained them to value their reputation. So when she says, "I don't usually do this, but," she is doing one thing: removing judgment from the situation so she can move forward with you. She is telling you, "I know I should be resisting, but I don't want to. I've already made up my mind. I just need to say this to feel better about it. I need you to take the lead and not make me feel judged for wanting this." And this is where most men lose. If you say something like, "Oh, really? So you don't usually do this?" in a judgmental or questioning way, you kill the moment. If you overthink it and start asking too many questions, you make her second-guess herself. And second-guessing leads to one thing: her backing out. Women don't like feeling judged for their decisions. They need an excuse to let go of control and follow their emotions. That's why when she says this phrase, you need to understand, she already made her choice. She has already decided she wants you. She is just giving herself an emotional excuse to follow through. If you hesitate or say the wrong thing, she will feel guilty and backtrack. But if you stay calm, confident, and lead the situation forward, she will let things unfold exactly how she wants them to. This is why women will say, "I don't usually do this, but," and then do exactly what they said they don't usually do. Because in that moment, she isn't thinking logically. She is acting on emotion. And when a woman is in her emotional mind, she follows the man who makes her feel something powerful. So never question her when she says this. Just smile, stay present, and let the moment happen. Number 4, it's late, but I don't feel like leaving yet. Women who want to leave, leave. No hesitation, no lingering, no extra words. But when a woman says, "It's late, but I don't feel like leaving yet," she's doing one of the most important things in female psychology. She's giving you an opportunity to escalate. Read this carefully. Women will never make the first move in an obvious way. They create opportunities for you. This phrase is one of those moments. What she is really saying: I don't want this interaction to end. I want you to take the lead. I'm giving you a chance to make a move, and I hope you don't blow it. Women are masters of plausible deniability. If she just straight up asked you to make a move, it would take away the excitement, the feeling of being swept up in the moment. Instead, she will drop this line. If you fail to recognize it, she will take it as rejection, even if you were actually interested. And this is where men screw up. They hesitate, they overthink, they assume she's just being nice, and before they know it, the window is gone. Because women are hypersensitive to feeling rejected. If she is giving you an opening and you don't act, she won't give you another chance. She will assume you're not interested, you're too scared, you're too slow. And once a woman feels rejected, she will never make the same move again. She won't ask, "Are you sure?" She won't give you a second chance. She will move on, and she'll do it fast. That's why, when you hear this phrase, you need to act with absolute confidence. Women don't want men to ask, "What do you want to do?" They want men to lead. So the next time you hear this, don't hesitate. Recognize it for what it is. Her telling you she's ready. Number 5. Do you really think I'm that innocent? Women don't want to be seen as predictable, boring, or one-dimensional. Every woman has a hidden, wilder side that most men will never get to see. But when a woman says, "Do you really think I'm that innocent?" she is testing you to see if you can handle the real her. Most men fail this test miserably. Why? Because they assume women only want to be seen as good girls. Wrong. What she's actually doing is this. She wants to show you another side of herself. She is seeing if you will judge her. She wants to feel comfortable being her full self around you. This is one of the biggest attraction signals that men miss. Most guys will either act clueless and say, "Oh, I think you're really sweet." Boring. Instantly killed attraction. Act judgmental and say, "Oh, really? What kind of things do you do?" Makes her feel like she has to justify herself. Both of these fail. Why? Because women don't want to explain this part of themselves. They want a man who just understands it. The right way to respond? Tease her, smirk. Give her a look that says, "I already know." This phrase is a gateway. She wants you to make her feel comfortable enough to bring out her real, uninhibited self. Most men will never experience this side of a woman. But the ones who do, they understand that every woman has two sides, the one she shows the world and the one she only reveals to the right man. If she says this to you, congratulations, you're in the inner circle. Now don't mess it up. Number 6. I feel like I can be myself around you. Women do not open up to just anyone. Most men think attraction is just about looks or status, but in reality, women fall for the man they feel the strongest emotional connection with. And when a woman says, "I feel like I can be myself around you," she is telling you something incredibly rare and powerful. It means she trusts you. She sees you as someone different from other men. She is emotionally investing in you. Attraction without trust is temporary. It might lead to short-term interest, but it will never create deep, long-lasting attraction. But when a woman trusts you and feels that she can be fully herself around you, that's when she becomes emotionally hooked. This is what separates average men from men who have women chasing them. Because most men fail this test. They either turn into therapists and start asking her a million questions. Bad move. This kills attraction. Get too comfortable and stop leading the interaction forward. The correct response? You let her talk, but you don't let the conversation lose its energy. Women need to feel a range of emotions to stay attracted. They need to feel excitement, safety, tension, and release. So when she says this, it means you have earned her trust, but now you need to keep leading. If you let the energy die here, she will friend zone you. If you understand that trust plus attraction equals deep connection, then you will create a bond with women that most men never experience. And once a woman feels she can be fully herself around you, she will never want to lose that connection. This is why men who master the emotional side of attraction never struggle with women. Because women don't just want a man they're attracted to. They want a man who makes them feel something rare, something deep, something unforgettable. If you can give her that feeling, she will never forget you. Number 7. So, what now? Women never ask direct questions when they want something to happen. They don't say, "Can we do this now?" or "Should we take this further?" They hint, they frame the situation. And this phrase right here, "So, what now?" is one of the biggest tests a woman will ever throw at you. Because she is doing something that separates the weak men from the strong ones. She is giving you an open-ended question to see if you will take the lead. And here's where most men completely fail. They freeze, they hesitate. They say something stupid like, I don't know, what do you want to do?" Game over. If you ever say this, you have just instantly lost her respect. Because women don't want indecisive men. They don't want a man who throws the responsibility back onto them. They want a man who knows what he wants and isn't afraid to take it. The brutal truth about why she says this, when a woman says, "So, what now?" she is giving you the green light to step up and make a move. This is her way of saying, "I need you to take charge because if I do it, it will kill my attraction for you." Women do not want to lead the interaction, they want to be led. They don't want to be the ones deciding how things should go. They want a man who can take them through the experience without them having to think about it. So when she says this, you must already have the next step in mind. Your response should be confident, decisive, and forward-moving. Never ask her what she wants to do. Never hesitate. Never look confused. Because women are watching for one thing, certainty. A man who is certain about what happens next is a man she can't resist. A man who hesitates, questions, or waits for her to decide. She instantly loses interest. So if she ever says, "So, what now?" understand that this is the moment that will define whether you win or lose. If you take the lead with calm confidence, she will go along with you. If you hesitate for even 1 second, she will feel an immediate drop in attraction. And the worst part, if you fail this test once, you don't get a second chance. She will mentally file you under "not the guy I thought he was" and move on. This is how high-value men and average men are separated in seconds. Number 8. You're really strong. Most men think that when a woman notices physical strength, she's only talking about muscles. Wrong. When a woman says, "You're really strong," she is not just noticing your physical presence. She is noticing how you carry yourself, how you move, how you take up space, how you command attention without saying a word. This phrase is one of the biggest indicators that she has started thinking about you in a completely different way. Because women don't verbalize attraction like men do. Men will say things like, "She's sexy," "She's hot," "She has an amazing body." Women? They don't do this outright. Instead, they will comment on something subtle, and strength is one of those things. Here's what women really mean when they say this: "I feel safe around you. I've been paying attention to your body in a way that I don't with other guys. I've started to view you as physically attractive." And when a woman starts to view you in a physical way, you are no longer just a random guy. You are now a potential partner in her eyes. And this changes everything. Women do not just wake up and feel attraction for any man. They need to slowly become aware of him in a different way. And physical awareness is one of the biggest turning points in female attraction. This is why women will ignore average men but get weak around men who carry themselves with strength. It's not just about being muscular, it's about being strong in presence. Because women do not want a weak man. They do not want a man who shrinks himself. They do not want a man who avoids eye contact, has weak body language, or doesn't take up space. They want a man who owns his presence in the room. So when a woman says, "You're really strong," this is your first indication that she is now viewing you as a man she could be with. And here's where most men fail. They brush it off and don't recognize what's happening. Or worse, they downplay it and say something weak like, "Oh, I try to stay in shape." Wrong. The correct response, own it. She is already viewing you differently. You must reinforce that frame. If you downplay it, she will start second-guessing why she found you attractive in the first place. If you stand in your confidence, she will fall deeper into that attraction. This is why men who understand this win effortlessly. Because once a woman starts seeing you differently, you don't need to do much more. Attraction is already working in your favor. So the next time a woman says, "You're really strong," understand what's happening. She is paying attention to your physical presence in a way that she never did before. She is starting to imagine herself around you. She's becoming physically aware of you. And once a woman gets to this point, she is already halfway yours. Most men ignore these subtle moments and miss out on the best opportunities. But the men who see these cues and act accordingly, they are the ones who always win. Number 9, I bet you get all the girls. Women do not hand out compliments for free. Every single thing a woman says that relates to your status, value, or attractiveness is a test. And this line right here, "I bet you get all the girls," is one of the most powerful attraction tests a woman will ever throw at you. Why? Because she is testing how you see yourself. Most men fail this test instantly. They say something weak like, "No, not really. I'm actually single. Haha, I wish. I don't really talk to a lot of girls." Wrong, wrong, wrong. The second you say this, she loses interest, because you just revealed your lack of confidence. Here's what's actually happening in her mind when she says this. She is already attracted to you, otherwise she wouldn't say it. She wants to know if you are aware of your own value. She is watching your reaction to see if you are a man who knows he is desirable, or if you are a clueless, low-value guy who just got lucky. When women see a high-value man, they assume he has options. And when they ask this question, they are not looking for a direct answer. They are looking for a reflection of how you see yourself. So the correct response? Own it. If she says, "I bet you get all the girls," you say something like, "I do just fine." Confident, calm, and unbothered. Some might say that. Playful and mysterious. Only the ones who can keep up, flipping the frame on her. The key is this. You must confirm that you are desirable without directly bragging, because the moment she feels like you don't even believe you are valuable, she will instantly see you as less attractive. Why? Because women want a man who is wanted by other women. It's called pre-selection psychology. If a man has no women interested in him, most women will assume there's a reason. But if a man is clearly wanted by other women, suddenly he becomes more attractive. This is why the most attractive men are never single for long, because women are hyper-aware of social value. They want a man who is already in demand. So when a woman says, "I bet you get all the girls," she is testing whether you understand this. If you fail the test and act like you have no experience, she will mentally lower your value. But if you pass the test and confirm that you are the kind of man who has options, she will start chasing you. This is one of the most powerful tests in female psychology, and now that you understand it, you will never fail it again. Number 10, you're different. If a woman says, "You're different," you have officially separated yourself from 99% of men. This is not a casual compliment. This is one of the strongest attraction signals a woman will ever give you. Why? Because women do not single out men they are not interested in. They categorize men. Most men fall into these categories. Just a friend. He's nice, but she feels nothing. Random guy. He doesn't stand out, so she doesn't care. Try hard. He wants her, but he's too needy, so she ignores him. High-value man. He has something different about him. And when a woman says, "You're different," she is telling you that you are not like the rest. She is saying, "You stand out from other men I've met. You have a presence that other guys don't have. You have triggered emotions in me that most men never do." This means you have already built attraction. And now, she is mentally placing you in a higher category, because women do not feel the same way about all men. Most guys are forgettable, but the men who stand out, who have presence, who are unapologetic about who they are, those are the men women can't stop thinking about. This is why women say things like, "I don't know why, but there's just something about you. You're not like other guys. You're different." Because they are feeling something they don't feel often. Now, here's the mistake most men make. When a woman says, "You're different," most guys downplay it. They say something like, "Oh, I don't think so." Instantly kills the vibe. "I guess that's a good thing." Sounds unsure, low confidence. Wrong. The correct response, double down on it. If she says, "You're different," you say something like, "That's what they all say." Confident and playful. "You have no idea." Keeps the mystery alive. And that's why you're still here, flipping the frame on her. Because when a woman categorizes you as different, she is already emotionally invested. And if you handle this moment correctly, she will start chasing you. Why? Because women don't want a man who blends in. They want a man who stands out. A man who makes them feel something unique. And when a woman feels something unique for a man, she will never let that feeling go. This is why men who understand attraction at this level never have to chase women. Women gravitate toward them naturally, because they are the rare ones. And in a world full of boring, predictable men, a man who is truly different is the man who wins every time. You now have zero excuses to miss a woman's attraction signals ever again. Most men go through life blind to how women truly operate. They hesitate, second-guess, and overthink, while the men who understand the game take what they want without hesitation. Women don't chase. They create moments for the right man to step in. If you miss them, you lose. No second chances, no rewinds, no do-overs. This video just gave you the keys to the game. But the question is, are you going to apply them, or are you going to stay blind? Because women will not wait for you to wake up. Comment below. I attract, not chase. And if you want more men to wake up, subscribe right now. Supporting this channel makes YouTube push this content to the men who need it most.